Well, hello everybody. So this is a little recap on the issues I was having with the Burj Khalifa. Um, Before it was a challenge on Microsoft Flight Simulator officially. If you've seen my previous video, you will be aware that I uh, attempted this several times. Here's a few more um, attempts in an even slower aircraft. I used the Zlin Shock Ultra just because it has a much slower stall speed, so a little bit more stable. It does have a sort of left wing drop when you hit stall. Um, I was kind of teetering using headwind. On this day, it was kind of coming from the west, which created some issues in that the wind was sort of hitting the building and creating downdraft as well that you had to sort of fight. So, um, very complicated. You can see from my various attempts like that didn't seem too bad, and yet I damaged my landing gear. Um, I've attempted this with a few other buildings as well, just to kind of try and land on some flat roofs of like larger buildings. And I think there is something in Microsoft Flight Simulator that at the time made that helipad a little bit more resistant, almost sticky. Unlike a runway or a surface that is programmed for the aircraft to land on. Somebody may be able to explain this better than I, but yeah, there was a bit of an issue with it. But as a result of them making the uh, Burj Khalifa record a challenge within Microsoft Flight Simulator, they seem to have completely redone the building. Some people have complained about having two helipads turn up on the building, so they've obviously altered the height slightly. There's been a few other little tweaks that have kind of been prevalent, and also the sort of the mesh around the outside of the helipad has like some guards over the top, sort of protective guards. I wonder if that might be a factor as well, impacting things kind of coming in with some velocity. But yeah, you can see from my various attempts, kind of trying to float in with almost a zero ground speed, like some kind of seagull. Um, yeah, I had various attempts that some of them I felt could be successful, but they weren't. The aircraft just wanted to keep tipping over onto its nose the moment you touched. Um, and this is obviously in the sort of the most difficult mode. I have no assists on, nothing. This is all maximum realism. No um, any kind of obviously crashes are on, and there's no assistance from anything within Microsoft Flight Simulator to make my life easy. This is just me really trying to graft this to make it work, but it just didn't happen. It didn't happen at all. I don't have any sound for these now. I think there was some sort of update with Microsoft Flight Simulator, and also an update I think with OBS, which I used to film these. Um, as a result, I managed to lose all my audio from my recordings, which was odd. But here we go. This is from when it became official. This was actually my very first attempt. Some of you have seen this on the YouTube Shorts. Again, I have no sound for this because I still hadn't figured out what the problem was. And I was going to compile all this together and do a lovely video, which is now kind of what you're watching. But it's taken me a little while because I was hoping to resolve the sound issues, hence the delay. But yeah, as you can see, drifted it in and got it bang on, no problem at all. I think maybe the flight model for the Piper is slightly modified as well. To kind of accommodate the landing challenge. Yeah, and obviously the helipad, you can see the differences I talked about earlier as well with how it looks. But yeah, within, as I said before, people were kind of going into free flight and then two helipads were showing up. I don't know if people are still having that issue or not. But yeah, one of them is obviously the helipad for the challenge, and the other one is the one that was in the game before. So yeah, it's bizarre, but yeah, I hope that makes sense. And yeah, if you haven't had a go at the Microsoft Challenge, have a go. It's obviously been messed about with so that it actually works, and it's great fun. And if you can beat my score, crack on. I'd love to hear about it. Take care.